Hi, my name is Lauren Eagan, and I am the founder and CEO of Eagan Immigration. I am here to answer all of your immigration questions for immigration cases in the United States. Today we're going to talk about RFEs, or requests for evidence. What is an RFE, and what should you do if you get one? All right, first, what is an RFE? Well, an RFE is a letter that immigration, USCIS, sends when it needs more evidence or information to approve your case. It's not a denial, but it does serve as a warning. Something is missing in your application. What I like to tell clients is if we can get what they're requesting in the RFE, that's going to lead us down the road to an approval. Number two, why did I receive an RFE? Well, it could be for a number of reasons. It could be because you have incomplete documents, insufficient evidence, inconsistencies, or legal requirements that you didn't comply with. Some common examples include a lack of evidence of a valid or bona fide marriage. This happens frequently in marriage-based cases or cases that have something to do with a marriage relationship. They want to be absolutely sure that the marriage was a real marriage, not a fraudulent marriage for immigration purposes. So sometimes they're going to request more evidence to prove that. Another common one is not sending translations of documents. For example, say you're from Mexico and you submitted a Mexican birth certificate that is written out in Spanish. You need to also submit a translation to English. If you didn't submit that translation, you're going to get an RFE requesting it. Another common example is evidence of physical presence in the United States. There are a lot of cases that require that a person be or have been in the United States for a certain period of time, and immigration officers are going to want to be sure that you complied with that time period, with being here during that time period. There are lots of other examples, but those are some really common ones that I see in many of my cases. All right, number three, what should you do if you get an RFE? Well, first, read the entire letter carefully with close attention. That is where they're going to explain to you exactly what they're missing and what they want. Next, pay attention to the deadline. You will generally have between 30 and 87 days to respond. Make sure you know that day and that it arrives on time, because if your response arrives late, that can be an automatic denial of your case. Prepare an organized, clear, and complete response. You want to make it so easy for that immigration officer to see what you're sending and to check all their boxes saying, okay, I have everything I need to approve this case. And then finally, you definitely want to work with an immigration lawyer. A single mistake in responding to an RFE could result in a denial. So you want to make sure that you're responding exactly how you need to in order to get that case approved. All right, our last point is important advice. All right, do not ignore the letter or try and guess what it says. Read it immediately. As soon as you get it, read it immediately. Get that deadline, figure out what it says, make sure you're on top of it. You want to respond on time and with detail. That will save your case. And if you don't understand what they're asking for, work with a lawyer immediately. The lawyer is going to want time to review your case, to figure it out. So don't wait until day 27 when you have a 30-day deadline. As soon as you get that letter, even if you're a little bit confused, get a consultation with a lawyer and get some help, because responding to that RFE is what's going to make or break your case. And you want it to make your case, and a lawyer can help with that. As always, if you have additional questions or need help, you can call our office at 202-709-6439. I hope you have a better understanding of RFEs and how to respond to them, but we are always here to support you. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye.